Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alma. For those of you that are new here, I make all sorts of videos. Honestly, I love to do vlogs. I love to talk about family, spirituality, wellness, anything that inspires me. I would love to make a video about. It's just whatever inspires me, really. I also do one-on-one consultations for video editing on your phone. So teaching people how to film and edit using just their phone. And I was doing in-person workshops before the whole quarantine started in the coolest venues. It was so much fun for me. I love connecting with big classes, but my heart is just so fulfilled in one-on-one consultations. So that's sort of what ended up happening after not being able to do in-person workshops. I was doing in Zoom one-on-one consultations. I was invited to do a podcast recently. If you keep up with my vlogs, you may know this. I was talking about how excited I was. I organized myself in taking my kid to the gym because there's a little section, a little cafe area where I can sit down and just, you know, be, I guess, to do this interview because I didn't really know where to do it. If I did it at home, the sound might pick up, you know, my kids playing in the background and things like that. I have done Facebook Lives where that happens and you could hear my kids literally screaming in the background. So I was like, okay, nobody really could watch my kids that day, and there's a daycare area, so I ended up going there anyway. Long story short, the sound was way too loud in the cafe. It was picking up, you know, all sorts of noises, even though I was the only person in the cafe. So it's just so crazy how much like sound can pick up, you know, different things in the background. Ended up not working out. She couldn't publish it just because of how loud the background of where I was, you know, sounded like. And that's totally okay because just sitting down and doing that interview was a treat in itself, and it was amazing. It was awesome. It was fun. I loved it. I want to do more. I want to do more podcasts. Anyway, without further ado, let's just talk about what I talked about in that podcast. So she was asking me how can people get past the misconceptions that you can't really get great quality on your phone. And I was telling her that a while back, about 2 years ago, I went to go do a public speaking class for fun. Why not? I wanted to learn how to organize my storytelling ideas in a consistent, I don't know. Anyway, that's not the point. Because I speak a lot from the heart, I just needed help organizing how to say what I want to say. And in that class, the biggest highlight was actually the teacher talking about how back in the day she used to be a news anchor person, and that she remembered how the cameras at that time cost about $50,000 each, which is so insane because today's phone has such better quality than the cameras did back then. And back then, you could only really get your message to a lot of people, a large amount of people, by either going on TV or the radio and those sort of things. And I myself used to be a TV host, and I remember interviewing people that were doing amazing things in the community for a local TV show. And so it took people doing, like, you know, just to get that invitation. It was just sort of like, to reach more people, you had to go on TV. But in today's world, you don't need a special invitation to go do an interview on a television show or on a huge like radio show. You have an audience at any given moment on any given platform, even with 0 followers. That's the most amazing thing, is that you can get on a social media platform and just share what you have to say, and someone will see it. I think that is so incredibly powerful and important to know because of the impact that we can have on a person's life. I was also remembering that, you know, there have been a few different times where I feel inspired to share something, for example, on Instagram, and it's not even a video, it's just a post. And I feel inspired to share, you know, whatever random post. I have had people tell me, one person in particular, that she no longer wanted to live, and then she came across my post and that gave her hope. That is insane. I was baffled because I remembered exactly what post she was talking about, And I was so hesitant in wanting to, because I was like, really, like, why do I want to share this? I feel inspired to share it, but I was sort of like in between, should I share it, should I not share it? I ended up sharing it, and it made a difference in one person's life, like to that magnitude. So many times it doesn't matter that you don't have a huge following, or that, you know, you can reach so many people. Even if it's just one person, but you make such a positive impact that they change a perspective that they had and they feel hopeful, that is hugely impactful. Is that a word? that creates such a big impact. And you know, you don't really have to have a $50,000 camera to be able to share your message. You have your phone, and you can just turn the video on. I mean, I feel like the world is sort of moving towards video, you know, doing lots of different videos. She was sharing, and she shares on her podcast, that your brand doesn't really come alive until you show up on camera. People just get to know you a little bit better. You know, pictures and words are nice, but just showing up on camera, it has a different effect of people just really feeling close to you and being able to resonate. The reason why I was inspired to teach people how to film and edit using just their phones was because I was meeting a lot of people that have such deep, beautiful, wise advice, and not even advice in general, just wisdom, you know, that's pouring out of them, but they didn't really know how to use the video function on their phone, and it has amazing quality. So I was like, I have to teach. It's so easy, like it's just practice. If I can just teach you know, a few people that have such a beautiful message that needs to reach who it needs to reach, the people that they have come to reach here on planet Earth. And I don't know, so I was just so inspired in following that and helping in teaching people what I put together for myself, because I started my channel in 2013 or 2012, and back then even the quality on those phones was not super great, because I remember thinking, wouldn't it be really awesome if I could just film and edit using just my phone, because I had to do this whole process of filming, then transferring it. I mean, people still do this, transferring it to my laptop and editing it there and all of that stuff. You know, to get a really beautiful quality video, you can still do all of that, but I don't really have the time, and I really would like to share. So I just, you know, started educating myself on different things that I could do, and then the technology started getting better and better and better, and now for me it's incredibly easy and fast to grab my phone, quickly edit, and then share something in a way that I like it. And all you need is just your phone. So the next question was, what do you need to get started? And honestly, the only thing that you need is just your phone. I know a lot of people have great quality vlogs using just their phone, and sometimes they'll makeshift like a tripod using just different books or whatever they can stack on to place their phone. So you don't really need any gear. However, I will talk about gear. All you need is the courage to get started. Even if you just turn the video function on in your phone, that will be enough. Just stare at yourself. It is so awkward. It is, you know, just it's hard to get, even if you know what you are talking about at the very beginning, you're always gonna sound awkward, and that is okay. Allow yourself to go through that. Allow yourself to just stare at the camera, you know, kind of scared. That's okay. And then just practice. Start talking to the camera about your day and keep those videos for yourself. Start getting into the groove of talking to it, to the point that you forget that you're talking to a camera and you just get in the zone. I know that has happened for me, where I'm just staring at the camera and then I completely forget that it's a camera and I'm just so in my story. It may not happen that way for everybody, but as long as you allow yourself to push through the awkwardness and just do it. Now, in order to get started with gear, because actually in my classes, in-person classes, I had anybody ranging from the age of 8, if I can get my words out, to 65, 70, and people who had never even opened up their video function in their phone, to people that were working for corporations and they were the appointed social media person and they were just coming in to sharpen their skills to know how to be a better I don't know, to just sharpen their skills, because that is part of their job. And so I had to figure out how to meet everybody where they were at and go from there. So get started with using just your phone. Know what social media platform this is gonna be going on so that you start filming for it. So for example, just the ratios. If you're going to be filming for YouTube, you want to do a horizontal video, so you want to flip your phone to the side. My kid is using my phone right now, so I don't have it to show you, but yeah, flip it to the side. Or if you're going to be doing TikTok or Instagram stories or Instagram lives or anything on Instagram, really, you want it to be vertical. I usually film for my YouTube videos horizontal, and then I'll repurpose my content for Instagram or Facebook, and I'll just change the ratio in an app, and I can talk a little bit about that in just a sec. So if you are comfortable filming with using just your phone and you are ready for the next thing of like, what can I get that will help me propel my skills further, and you just want to sharpen, you know, from there, I would suggest a tripod. So I have the Jovi here. This one has been really nice and useful. I don't like the ones that are literally just for your phone, because I have had so many that break on me. This one, it has lasted forever. It's super heavy duty and it has been amazing. So I don't remember if it came, I don't think it did, with a mount, but I got this one separately, I think. Yeah, and I like it because this one twists, so you could do your videos vertical or horizontal. So it just twists. I think it might come with one, I don't remember, but if not, you might just have to get one. You can always go to the website Moment. I'll link that below. They have everything that you need to film using just your phone, like tripods, like all the gear. I used to have some of their, you could probably hear my kids playing music now. Hang on. I could hear it, but I just didn't know how loud it was going to be in the video. I think I'm traumatized with sound now. And okay, so getting a tripod, one that really works, one that's going to be long lasting, so you don't have to, you know, waste your money buying a tripod over and over. I have done that before. I really like this one. I am using this one. I don't remember how much it was. I'll try to find out the price, but you can also, I think I got this one at Best Buy actually, as well as this. You can, I'm looking at one right now that I got from Amazon, super inexpensive. I think it must have been around 20 bucks, but the little legs are like this, and then it just goes really, really high. And you can use it for your camera, or I'm using the Canon G7x Mark II to film right now, but I can just put this mount and then I can just, you know, put my phone there, which is really cool. I also got, well, I got this from Moment. This has been incredibly helpful to just film out and about. I love that it has this little, what is this called? I don't know, wristlet or something to put it like around your hand, and then you just hold on to this. So cool. And then you can just film super, super smooth using just your phone. The reason why I really like this is because I have done jobs for clients like Walmart, where I will go into, I think, well, it was mostly right before the quarantine started. I had to go in store and film about a certain product. So it was like a video for a brand that was inside of Walmart, and I had to sort of show the experience of going in there and all of that stuff. In order for my video to get approved and to get paid, the audio quality had to be really good. My video had to be really still, and it had to look like a selfie video. So you sort of had to see that I was holding the camera and it wasn't on like a fancy tripod or somebody else filming me. And with this, you could not tell that I had this advantage of holding this so that it was really nice and smooth and I could be mid-center of the camera. And then the other thing that I did, which is moving on, is I put a Rhode mic. This is a mini one, and I love this because my audio, this is called a dead cat. This would kind of like any noise in the background, you can't hear it, especially if it's facing me. Like my voice is picked up so easily, and it was so loud and clear that my videos immediately were approved. The reason why some of them were like, oh, why don't you try this again, was because they were scripted and they had to sound natural, and it's really nerve-wracking to be in person inside of a store with people around. They're sort of staring at you, and I'm like, hello, I am, you know. But once you get used to it, you kind of forget. Actually, I'll share this tip. Someone shared with me, especially for vlogging, if you're interested in doing vlogs, is that a tip is to never look people in the eye when you're out and about and you are vlogging out, because people will always get curious, they will always look at you, and it might stop you from filming or sharing something in the moment because people are looking at you. The thing is that if you see someone pull out, you know, like a giant mic, you're gonna look and you're gonna want to see what they're up to, but that, you know, that can add pressure to the person that is trying to film themselves to turn in a video. That happened to me, but that was totally okay. I think this just really helped me out. So let's talk about this little mic. The audio sound in the iPhone is really, really great on its own. However, if you are just really wanting to, if you have mastered that already and you just want the next thing, I would really recommend the Rode Mic Mini. You might have to get an adapter. Well, you are actually gonna have to get an adapter for your phone. I think they sell ones that are particularly for your phone that you can just connect, but I saw that this was recommended a little bit more at the time that I was purchasing it. So I just ordered the mic, and then I went into Best Buy to get this cable because the other cable is like to plug it into a camera. And then here I had to use, what is this called? I am blanking out on what this is, but you know, so that I can plug it into my iPhone. Now the other thing with the mics is that you have to get a mount that has a horseshoe, and the horseshoe is this. I believe that's what it's called. I don't know why I'm blanking out a little bit right now, because the regular mounts don't have anywhere for your mic to go. As opposed to like a DSLR or something where you can, you know, slide this into the top. So you can, I ordered this separately from Amazon just so that I could slide, because I was actually thinking about gluing this little part to, I don't know, I was, you know, up here, but it just wasn't gonna work. So this ended up working out just fine. And I have actually taken my phone, because right before I decided that I wanted to start doing my vlogs on the Canon G7x, I was filming using just my phone, which is how I know all of this stuff, right? And I was taking my phone on this huge thing to restaurants, to places I was going. This isn't super tall, it goes like a little bit shorter. Yeah, just so I could get, you know, the footage for my vlog and just to talk. And so I was talking like to the camera like this, and it was fun. The reason why I decided, I just love the Canon G7x. I love how it captures video, and the coolest part is the Wi-Fi part, because I still edit using just my phone. I can't sit down to edit all of my footage on my laptop, because I have two kids that are very interested in what I'm doing all day, and it's just it calls their attention if I am, you know, pulling my laptop and just and editing. And in my phone, I'm a little bit more I can't say that word, but I'm a little bit more you can't tell what I'm doing. Basically, I'm just on my phone kind of thing, and I'm just quickly editing. I got so fast at it, so it's completely fine. Let's talk about apps as far as editing goes. For apps, I highly recommend for iPhone using your iMovie app. It is absolutely amazing. From all of the apps that I have tried, which are many, and I'll link them down below as well, I find that it saves the video in the best quality possible to edit, to upload it. It's 1080p, sometimes it's 4K, and it just depends on, you know, like if you did anything to the video before to cause the quality to go down. I find that the iMovie app, it is so incredibly precise to be able to cut and split and do all sorts of things. The other timelines are a little bit trickier for me, but maybe I'm just more used to the iMovie app. They're all gonna look very similar. There are many video editing apps. They're all gonna have a timeline on the bottom. They're all gonna have an option for transitions in between, you know, your clips of different things that you video, and they're all gonna have a voiceover option. I didn't really see as many options as the iMovie app has for like doing a picture-in-picture sort of thing, and just the amount of things that you can do. It's just a matter of choosing one that you like and then getting to know the app and taking the time. So one of the things that I was suggesting in the podcast was to block time out in your schedule to sit down and get to know the editing app and just play with it, because in my one-on-one sessions, that is actually what takes the absolute most. It may also be the most frustrating part about learning, just because it's something new for people if they haven't used it before, and it's just about being a beginner at something. Like, allow yourself to be a beginner, allow yourself to not know. That is totally okay. So in order to tone down, you know, frustration and those sort of things, make sure that you block out time so that you can master that skill of knowing where to go, or even playing around with the different functions, because really anything that you can imagine and that you would want to happen in your video, there's a way to make it happen. I also use the Filmm app. That's Filmm, and I love it. I don't remember how much this app cost, but I paid for it. And I paid for it because I love the effects, and I think it's a little bit pricier than any app I really have purchased before, but for me this one was just really worth it for me because I do a lot of different videos and I love the effects that it has on it, you know, doing like little just so many different effects. It has so many different effects. I can create a video all about that app separately. I love that app. As I mentioned, I'm gonna link all of these down below in the description box. I would also recommend InShot. A lot of different people use this. This is my favorite. I always use it like almost every single day. You can change the ratio. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be in the background. I could hear him. You could change the ratio for different social media platforms. So if you filmed it horizontal for YouTube, for example, and you want to use it on Instagram, you can edit it to fit the ratio of Instagram so that it looks, you know, like nice, like pleasing to the eye, if you will. 2 to 3 steps to get started. I would recommend just pulling out your phone and hitting record and talking about whatever it is that you want to talk about. If you know, find yourself wanting to stop the video, really want to encourage you to keep going. Even if you mess up or say the wrong thing, just keep going. You're just getting comfortable. It is just for you. It's just about getting your voice to be, you know, confident, comfortable, and yeah, that's pretty much it. The next thing is, if you already have mastered that, you're a pro at stories, you just want to take it to the next level. Like, Instagram stories are very similar to vlogs, which is why I mentioned that. Get a tripod just so that you can have a nice something to hold your phone, that, you know, to wherever you want it, and have it to be steady, because I think one of the biggest things that really helps a video look so much nicer is that it is not super shaky. The last thing is to just get started. Sorry, I'm looking at him back there because there he is, right at the end of the video. Just get started. I promise you, it just takes practice. It just takes I gotta go, guys. I love you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.